Inside Feed Punters Club podcast back for another week, brought to you by Play Up. James Frayne, Ben Travers for another weekend. Frayne Train, you filled up the stockings last week for us. God bless you. We'll get to that in a second. And I will just let you know that I went out to Eagle Farm today just to get amongst the bit of fresh air and just to check out how things are going down there, check the track, do a bit of a Tony Gregg pitch report, and just to watch Stockton Loaded run in the fourth. And it ran second by about that. Which you can see on our Instagram right now and our TikTok. But anyways, I've let that go. Tough day at the office, Frayne Train. How are you travelling?
Have you let it go? I don't know if you have.
I've let it go.
Congratulations. I watched it and, mate,
let it go.
They don't come much. They do not come much closer than that. My heart bleeds for you. But if there's any consolation, I've been on the receiving end of plenty of those and plenty of those in the last few weeks. But it was good to finally get the monkey off the back in our little tipping comp, our $100 a week tipping comp, and tip a couple or a winner and a place and a scratching. So,
for those of you who are just joining us and are new, we started with $100. You're really small kitty in hindsight. We probably should have started with a bit more. But we are having $100 a week. And after last week, Frayne, you had gone to cash converters and got that short-term loan, but now you're up to 175. I am at $70. I had Quokka Jack on the weekend, which ran second at a nice place price, but only back to the win. And Taken Off got scratched at the barrier or just before the race. So you're 175, I'm 70. You're leading. How that happened, I don't know. But back for another week.
Way to go.
Good guys. Back for another week. Good racing. Bit of autumn in the air with some nice horses stepping out at Rosehill this Saturday. Frayne Train, we shall start at Caulfield. Are you having a punt in Melbourne on the weekend at all?
Second week in a row, I'm not going to touch the Melbourne card. I think I might be onto a good thing, leaving a few through to the keeper there. So I'm going to keep up with that.
So Frayne's doing the Marnus Labuschagne on Caulfield. I'm going to have two bets at Caulfield. That's maybe why you're beating me at this, Frayne Train. I'm going to have two bets in Melbourne. I think the rail's back in the true, which will help the second one, I think, and maybe the first. Race 5 at Caulfield. The top weight, I think Tagaloa is the best horse in the race. And Mark Zara jumps on. I think it's going to be very difficult to beat, very hard to beat. I think we're about $3.60 on Play Up. So that's race 5, number 1 at Caulfield, Tagaloa. And then I've just got a sneaky little one in the last, which most punters will be on, I'm sure, because it's absolutely flying. Race 9, number 3, Defibrillate, has won its last couple and done it really impressively. I think the danger in the race is the top weight Sound. First up goes Well Fresh and gets the inside draw, or barrier 3 at least. But I'll go Defibrillate, race 3, Caulfield. I think its fitness will get it over the line. So race 5, number 1, Tagaloa, and race 9, number 3, Defibrillate, my 2 in Melbourne for the weekend. Frayne Train Sydney racing is at Rosehill. As I said, a couple of nice horses stepping out. What have you found for the card in Sydney?
I'm going to kick off in the highway. Don't usually like the highways, but had a look at this one, and the top weight, Almahaha, it's $2, so I'm not really sticking the neck out all that much, but it's a set weights race, and I think it's better than these, even though it doesn't have the world's flashiest strike rate. So I'll be on that in race 1.
So race 1, number 1 for Frayne Train, Almahaha for Jay Ford on board, $2 currently on Play Up.
Yeah, then going over to race 4, number 7, California Longbow. This is a wide open race. You can make a case for a lot of them. It's $5.50 at the moment on Play Up. I reckon if it gets out, it's probably got the potential to get out, maybe $6.50, anything like that. I think it'll be a great each way bet. Reasons why I like it. Last start, it was sort of caught up in the ruck, I think it got checked or sort of stepped on, picked itself up, ran through the line though after that. It's got a good barrier, number 2, Nashua Wheeler jumps on, blinkers on, and I think it could be a really improved showing. And I think it's a better horse at Rosehill than it has been at Randwick. And then I'm going over to the last of the card. I'm tipping another $2.
I'm with
Another
you.
$2 shot, but it's a horse which really let me down. Probably let down a ton of punters last prep, and that's Master Crusader. It's the best horse in the race. It's first up. Any sort of rain or weather, I think it'll be okay to handle any of that. 55.5 kilos. Tommy Berry. It's going to make me back all the money that I lost on it last prep, I think, this time round.
Yeah, I did have that in a 4-leg multi. I don't know, ages ago, and it was the last leg. I think it was the last race in Sydney, and it ran like a donkey. And but I'm with you. I agree. Masked Crusader was one of mine in the last. So race 9. What have we got there? T Berry on top. Number 7, Masked Crusader. The other one I'm having in Sydney, the only other one I'm having is in the Expressway Stakes, which is the feature race on the card. A lot of good horses in this race, and a lot of them this is just their kickoff point. In fact, I think they're all first up. All the horses are first up. I think Savatiano, race 7, number 5 for Hugh Bowman and James Cummings. It's sort of the horse that this wouldn't be its grand final, but it's sort of, it's a good sprinting horse. 5 from 8 first up. Barrier 2. I think it'll just sit off Mizzy in the run. I think Mizzy will go forward and lead. I think Savatiano will win. Star of the Seas flash late because it's trialled really well, but Barrier 9, it'll have to go back to last, I think. So I think Savatiano will win the Expressway. By no means the best horse in the race, but I think the conditions of the race just suit it best. So race 7, number 5, Savatiano. Now, Frayne Train, you big dicked yourself before we jumped on and hit record and said that you were finding a lot of value at the Sunny Coast on the weekend. So just wanted to lead in with that and see what you've found. What have you got for us at the Sunny Coast on the weekend, racing up there for the Sunshine Coast Cup?
I don't think I'm tipping anything in single figures at the Sunny Coast. So if one of them hits, it'll be a big fill up. But the first horse I like, race 4, number 1, Ramtastic. It's currently drifting, which is never a really good sign. But I'm prepared to back my ego in here. Its form reads nothing too flash. It was 11th last start, but it came 11th in a blanket go and was only 2 lengths off the winner. But it's in a no metro win race, which I think it's better than the $20 and $4.40. So I'm prepared to have a go each way. I just think it's a decent bet at that price. There's nothing that really grabs me or really scares me about what else is in the race. And I know it's a better horse than its form reads. So hopefully whoever's been getting stuck into the early markets has got it very wrong. But we got Jim Byrne. He's a great jockey at the moment in fine form. So hopefully that's all right there in race 4, number 1.
And I'll
race
just
6
on that, the Kelly Schroeder stable was going really well, and Jim Byrne is probably one of the best riders in Queensland. So $20 actually looks like a good price. I think it'll run second, but looks a good price.
What has me worried is usually when the money's on in the Kelly Schroeder stable, they run better, and there's been I don't reckon there's been $1 for it. So I might be that.
Yeah, they might bet late. But I think with this one, like it's 7th up from a spell. The form's pretty well exposed, but I think the market is wrong, as you said. 59 kilos, it's probably earned that. I don't mind it. As I said, I think I'll run second, but it's good each way bet.
440 the place with play ups. So get amongst it. Then I'm going over to race number 6 next. The bottom weight, not counting emergencies. Number 16, I don't even know how to say it, Maestoso. It's having its 4th start. It gets in with absolutely no weight, 52.5. I watched its video replays of its other runs. It's been racing in sort of class 1. So it is up in class to the class 3 here in race 6, but it had a real sort of blinking light on it, if in my opinion, from its last run. It was ducking and weaving and finishing better than anything else in its last race. It looks like it'll just eat up the extra 200 meters going out to 1400 meters, gets a better barrier, trained at the track, and I think that's always good at the sunny coast. And even best part of it all, getting $20 and $5.50 in another race that doesn't have a clear standout or anything that you're really worried about. The favourite is Paul Anka, $3, rightly so, but I'm prepared to take it on.
Like that. It's good. I like that. There's another one in that race. I haven't really looked at that race, but Mood race. Number 9, Mood in that race. I remember backing it and it won at about $20 one day. So I'll probably have those 2 bets because that one's been good to me. But I like that. Frame train, 52 kilos, barrier 1. It's a good recipe.
Yep. Hopefully it sits nice and handy and they can't run it down with the weight. Next one is an interesting runner. It's one of my favourite horses. Backed it and won on it many, many times. Race 8, number 9, Sophie's Gold Class. Unbeaten at the track. Any rain, soft, heavy is a tick for this horse. It was 200 to 1 last start, and it finished 2 lengths off a theory at the Gold Coast, and ran out of its skin. I think it's been racing. It raced in the Nudgy first up and just came out like just racing against better horses. Didn't disgrace itself. The only thing I'm worried about here, each way, it's $15 and $4.40 again. So great value, even if it's running the place. The only horse that I'm worried about here, and you could probably have a saver on it, is Emerald Kingdom. Don't think there's a stack of speed in the race. And if it just gets it all its own way up front, I think it could be like, even if Sophie's Gold Class runs out of its skin, it could be hard pressed running Emerald Kingdom down. So I might have 2 bets in this race, but for a horse that is unbeaten at the track and has quite a good strike rate, hopefully it can come out a bit handier than it has in the last few starts. But $15, $4.40. There was some money for it earlier today as well, which is always a good sign. So that's who I'll be on in race 8.
Yeah, Bobby has been riding pretty well. You're right, 3 wins from 3 starts at the track, and with I think it's been 19s into 15s on play up. So, but for full declaration, that is a bit of an omen bet because Frayne's beautiful bride is Sophie. So there's a bit of.
But it's been so good to me. I wish I had more girlfriends with different names that I could win on. Don't scrap that from the.
We'll can that. Yeah. She doesn't watch.
Sambo's Mate in the last, number 1. It's once again a horse with the form leading up to it isn't anything to write home about. Last start at Eagle Farm in a I think Emerald Kingdom led him up in that race, and it was sitting off them. They went pretty quick, and it didn't really run on after that. But I'm going to put it down to the hot speed and Eagle Farm. Why I like it here, Sunny Coast horse, 3 from 5 at the track with 2 placings, should settle handy. Once again, not anything in there that's really scaring me, and I think it's another great price at $9.50, $2.90.
Cool. Frame train, that might be in reverse, but if you multied your 4 bets at the Sunshine Coast, $1 on, 50,400 back.
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to do it now.
If it lobs. All right, so for the 4 from Frame Train, they're all paying unbelievably. If you had 10 each way on all of them and one of them wins, you're laughing, you're at the bar shouting. I've got the 3 at the Sunny Coast, Frano, and I reckon you might be interested in these. I'm also going race 4, but I am not with Ramtastic, although you did make a good case. I am firmly in the corner of Platinum Euros, which is $2 on play up. I tipped this and backed it accordingly. It was a Friday afternoon, maybe 6 weeks ago, and it ran at Doomben on the night meeting. I think Bossy rode it was before Christmas, and it spun the wheels in the wet track. So, little disclaimer: if we get any rain, not too much rain, I don't know if I'll back it. But if we're on like a soft 5, I will. Loves the home track here. I think this is not a strong race at all. Race 4, number 10, Platinum Euros. I'll probably chuck that in a multi with Masked Crusader over the weekend. I think they're two good bets. Now, Frame Train, race 8 and race 9 are my last two bets. My best bet of the weekend comes up in race 8 at the Sunshine Coast. Race 8, number 1, Emerald Kingdom. As you said, I don't think there's any tempo in this race. Michael Rodd, Rob Heathcote, think it'll go forward. I think Bold Style is one that could go forward, but I could not see any other speed. Awesome Pluck maybe from barrier 15, and Splendor on the Grass might go forward. I can't see Sophie's Gold Class going too far forward, but I agree it's probably one of the dangers. But $3.90, it's been beaten by, I think, Soxagon, Nicanova, and one other good horse recently. I think bet of the weekend, race 8, Sunshine Coast, number 1, Emerald Kingdom, $3.90 on play up. I think that's the banker for the weekend. And in the last race, Frame Train, I am going number 1, Tambo's Mate, with you. It's been running over unsuitable distances, 1,400, back to 1,000 here, and it's pulled its head off over 1,400, which means it wanted to go quicker, for those who don't know. And I think the 1,000-metre tempo will suit fine. This is not a cracking race. There's some decent horses in it. I'll be backing Tambo's Mate very hard at the $9 here. Very keen on it. $3 the place for Tambo's Mate is a sensational bet. That's probably better the weekend, but I'll go Emerald Kingdom because I don't want to back a place bet as the bet of the weekend. So my 3, race 4, number 10, I think it is, Platinum Euros. Race 8, number 1, Emerald Kingdom. And race 9, number 1, Tambo's Mate. Have to have a quaddie with those as well because that'll pay quite well. I've got 2 more Frame Train just quickly in Adelaide. Some nice horses resuming. One of them is definitely Behemoth in the 6th at Morphettville. I think it's about $1.40, $1.45. No prizes for picking that one, but it will win. And in the next race, Taken Off was scratched last week and it goes around this week. I don't think there was anything too bad or any great reason why it was scratched. So I think it's come up about $3 in race 7. And I think it'll win. So my multi on the weekend will be Platinum Euros, Masked Crusader, and Behemoth. I think you'll get about $6.50 maybe if you're lucky. And I think that's a pretty good bet. So we're sort of aligned on the Sunshine Coast card, sort of. Tambo's Mate might be the one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're coming home strong with some similar thinking and some similar form lines.
Coming home strong. 100 to spend, Frame Train. I know you're at 175, but you've got a budget of $100. Where are you spending it this weekend?
I'm going $50 on an all-up of Almahaha into Masked Crusader. So I'm going to hopefully bookend the Rosehill card.
Yep.
I think that'll pay on play up something around $4.10, $4.20.
Yep. So 50 on. Yep.
Then I'm going to go 25 each way on race 6, number 16, Maestos or Mace. I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. So, but anyway, everyone knows what it is. Number 16, race 6, Maestoso. Maybe that's how you say it.
Let's go with that. So 25. That's that. If you win that, we're panels apart. You're flying. All right. My balance is 70. Not great. Lost $30 for the year. I will go 50 on the. Let's get really adventurous. Actually, I'll go 50 on Masked Crusader, all up Platinum Euros, all up Behemoth, all up Emerald Kingdom. Quick math, that'll pay about $24. So I'll return 1,200. And the other 50 for me, I'm going to have another little multi. I'll go, just to be a bit extravagant, I'll go Savatiano, all up Tambo's Mate, the place, all up Taken Off at Morphettville. They're all about $3. 3 by 3s, 9 by 3s, 27, 50 on, 1,350 back. Bang. So Savatiano, Tambo's Mate, the place.
Over at play up.
And Taken Off.
So there's some nervous traders at play up.
All in, 2 multi-bets, two $50 multi-bets for the weekend. No doubt they'll both win 2 legs or 1 leg will miss. That's just the norm for what happens. But let's stay positive. Other than that, Frayne Train, on the weekend, BBL finals. Your boys, the Heat, play the Strikers tomorrow night in Brisbane. Quick tip.
Yeah, I think the Heat at home, too strong. I think Linney will have a real point to prove after getting left out of the T20 Australian side. Don't know how that works.
No, ridiculous.
Bloke missed about 4 games and nearly top score for the comp. So that's that. But I did see that the Perth Strikers, they're the favourite for the tournament at the moment.
That's gorgeous. Yeah. As tipped exclusively on the Inside Feed Punters Club years ago. I don't know. Sixers, they have an unbelievable list. I agree. The Heat are good things tomorrow night. Couldn't tell you what the final is on Saturday night. I think it might be the Sixers Scorchers game, actually. That might be it. In that, I'm not sure. I want the Scorchers to win the whole thing, but I don't know about that game. I think they get a second chance, so maybe they might.
Whoever loses that one gets a second chance. So.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. All right, I don't think there's anything else. We've got on the radar, Rugby Union's back on the 19th of Feb. Reds Waratahs, will be getting our teeth stuck into that. And then obviously NRL is, I think it's the 12th of March, AFL the week after. So there's plenty more to talk about. But this weekend, Frayne Train, it's all about for you. What was your best bet? Oh, you've got the multi, the 2 in Sydney, and Masteyas, or however you pronounce that one, in Brisbane. And I've got the 2 ridiculous multis. But the best bet of the weekend is Emerald Kingdom, race 8, number 1, Sunshine Coast. Frayne Train, good luck. You blitzed it last weekend. Hopefully your loyal followers of your wife and maybe your mother follow you in this week again. And they'll have another win.
Fingers crossed.
Right,
thanks,
mate.
Trav.
Appreciate it. See you all next week.